Today you're going to learn 3 methods that can help you become better participants in meetings in order for them to run more smoothly and to help reach goals and solutions by the end of your meeting time. You will be presented with a situation in order to practice these methods and see how these can be beneficial for real-life scenarios in your future. 3 steps that we're going to talk about to become a better meeting participant are asking relevant questions, actively listening and participating, and also staying on topic throughout the meeting. Our example case is working with Mid-City Bank. The Board of Directors have called upon you to analyze the introduction of a new technology to their banking services. They have recently installed the software and have experienced negative actions from their current clients and are wondering what they should do. Alright, so we're meeting today to discuss the problems faced by Midtown Bank and to develop a plan to increase their profit. As you all know, the problem here is that we've introduced this new technology to our bank and we've lost a lot of our older clientele that's been with us for a while just because they find it difficult to use, and so they've pulled their service. We pulled our services from them. They're not willing to use it anymore. So, with that being our problem, what would you like? What are some ideas that you think we could do to solve this?
I feel like we obviously identified the problem, and we also see that there's a lot of different problems. And I think that we first need to come up with one solution, saying, okay, we need to focus on this.
I personally think we should start off by gathering our old numbers and then comparing them to the new numbers that we get now that we've introduced our new system, because I personally believe the number will tell us to tell what we should do.
Right.
We need to know exactly what's failing versus what was succeeding.
Exactly. Okay. I agree for sure. So as far as finding a solution, what is just 3 criteria or something that we definitely want to establish here when resolving this?
I have a couple written down. I feel like the first for sure is we need to do this in a reasonable amount of time, and we can come up with that and see what works best for everyone. Second, the cost we should obviously implement a cost. What it should be. Anyway, and then last we should make sure that this is a permanent fix.
Yeah. Okay. I agree for sure. So I think that's some great criteria for our solution. And so I think a solution to it would be to, since we've already spent so much money doing it, to definitely keep it in going. Let's not just let it go to waste. So let's keep it, utilize the systems that we have in place already, and maybe just train our customers on what they can do and how to use the technology appropriately, and show them that it truly can benefit them. So you guys just witnessed a meeting where obviously everyone was on task in the beginning, and then as the meeting progressed, everyone started to kind of stray away and become distracted. Take a minute to list 3 ways in which you think that this meeting could have gone more smoothly and our participants could have stayed on topic. Active listening is the process of making a conscious effort to pay full attention to and comprehend the message being communicated. When you listen actively, you not only increase your ability to understand the message, but you also encourage the sender's enthusiasm and appreciation. Active listening is especially important for disagreeable or uncomfortable interactions. Listening well is often a beginning point to resolving misunderstandings, disagreements, and even conflicts in the workplace. It's important to reinforce participation during a meeting. When individuals contribute to the discussion, reinforce them for it. Acknowledge a good point, a critical question, or an astute observation. Some examples of this are saying things like, good point, or what a great idea. So the solution I think we were kind of all leaning towards was to just reintroduce the technology, not take it away. We've already spent $500,000 on this, so why just let it go to waste? And maybe to utilize some training, to train our customers and get them to learn how to use the technology and explain the benefits to them, rather than just throw it at them and they just leave us. So, do you agree, Leah?
I agree, definitely. I think that, since we did, spend all this money, let's do what we can to work out whatever solutions we can and not like fall back into like spending more money that's unnecessary and just gonna fall through.
I think the permanent idea of like implementing training for our guests, and not only our guests but our employees, I think that will make the difference between the money we spend and like saving more money, making more money in the future. But while we're here, we might as well talk about it. What y'all bringing to the company picnic? That is next week.
You know, I've been thinking about that. I'm not sure yet. I need to
know.
find out what everyone else is bringing.
I heard
I'm gonna find something on Pinterest. and
I heard Miss
Yeah.
Martha in accounting is bringing her famous pecan pie.
Oh,
Oh my gosh,
Cannot
I
wait for that.
dream about that stuff, guys.
You guys-
Talk about it.
Speaking of Martha, did you see what she was wearing? I don't know that she should be eating pecan pie.
Oh,
No.
that's
Anyway, guys, we probably should, we should probably veer back to this.
True. Okay, yeah.
Or
So,
were we?
where were we?
What do you feel about the solution about training and implementing training and things like that?
I mean, I agree with everything you guys said. Whatever we do, we need to make sure it's a permanent solution. And we definitely don't need to be spending any unnecessary money.
Right, I agree.
So whatever we do find does need to sort of go along with that. Honestly, I kind of forgot everything that was going on. We got like all sidetracked and everything.
But, I agree about the solutions and everything like that. So, if we want to go, if we do have to implement some sort of money, like reasonings, like what do we think about that or whatnot?
You just witnessed a meeting go off topic. Pause and take the next 30 seconds to write down a few ways to stay on topic. Now that you've just had 30 seconds to write down a few ways to stay on topic, let's go ahead and discuss a few other ways to stay on topic as well. One way you can be sure is by maintaining the momentum of the meeting, by keeping its objectives front and center. Continue to remind participants why they were chosen for this group and just how important they are to reaching the objectives. Once solutions are offered and decisions are reached, consider how and when they will be implemented. Participants need to believe that what they are doing will lead to or produce something meaningful. As the meeting facilitator, the tone you set will likely influence everyone's willingness to participate. While it's important for you to make sure that your participants are comfortable asking questions and making comments, you also need to remind them that they are doing important work and that this is a serious endeavor.
All right, so our solution that we propose is that we're going to keep our technology. Why don't you guys tell me some more ideas that you have and ways that we can do this, or just in your thoughts that you have, just generally.
So we're for sure going to implement training with our employees and also make it aware to our employees of how this is going to be set up and whatnot, which I think is good. And I like the idea of not implementing all kinds of putting in more money into this since we've already spent so much. So I think we should just progress towards that and continue working towards that solution.
Yeah, I agree. And what, as far as the training, how would you go about doing that? A little bit more specifically.
Do y'all have any ideas about the training?
My idea was to just use the current manager who's in the head of training and to get that person to go with our head technology department who's familiar with the new system, really have those two collaborate to make our new training program and teach our employees about our new system.
Okay.
How do y'all feel about that?
Yeah, I think that's a good, kind of train them first so they can train everybody else.
Yeah, I agree. And so we'll train them, we'll train our employees to, then they'll be able to teach our customers. And then as far as just the return on this, is the training going to be enough? Being able just to teach them about it, or is this truly more of a we're old, we don't want to use technology issue?
I think the training is the problem. I think that it will make the difference. Actually making sure our customers and our employees are familiar with this new technology. I think that will make the difference.
I agree. I don't think And I think that our employees and our loyal customers will appreciate the way that we stand our ground with what we have. And I think that the training and whatnot will, you know, stand a unique side to our company.
Yeah,
I agree with that too.
Do you think, I just wanted to ask you, do you think that this training will be costly to us at all?
Absolutely. I think it's, you know, nothing is free now, so we're definitely going to pay, you know, a little bit more, shell out a little bit more cash for that. I don't think it'll be a lot though, because we already have the staff here. You know, we have an HR team who we pay already to train people. We're just going to probably incorporate a few extra hours to have people come in and participate in that training. I think that's great. I think it's like an awesome starting point.
I also have one more other question that maybe we can, like time-wise, do you have like a specific time like we're gonna take to implement this training and have everything done? I don't know if we really discussed that.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that like 3 months was a pretty reasonable amount of time that we could at least get training done, you know, with our people, and also then have them trained well enough so that they're comfortable to train our customers as well. Do you guys think 3 months is enough? Yeah. Okay. So do we all agree on this solution?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. And do we think it's an appropriate solution?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so you guys just witnessed a meeting where we asked several relevant open-ended questions and also several relevant closed-ended questions. Take the next 30 seconds to write down a couple that you did here that stood out to you. Asking relevant questions is important while participating in a meeting. Closed questions, for instance, do little to encourage lengthy responses. Avoid questions that can be answered with a simple yes or no. Open-ended questions encourage elaboration and discussion. Most importantly, when asking open-ended questions during a meeting, it moves the control of the discussion from the facilitator to the participant. Begin your questions with what, why, or how, you might be surprised at how much dialogue you will stimulate. Be engaged and sincere, make eye contact, lean forward and face the participant, and if needed, ask follow-up questions to stimulate further discussion. So after watching the previous meeting, you're probably wondering why this is important. Just as meeting planners and facilitators are responsible for making meetings matter, so are the participants. This is why, as participants, we should take it seriously. There is much you can do as individuals to make meetings work, and at the same time, there is much you can do to undermine their effectiveness. What do effective participants look and act like to you? The success of any meeting begins with simple responsibilities. When you are invited to attend a meeting, you are not chosen for the fun of it. You are chosen to attend for a very specific reason. Beyond just showing up to the meeting, there are many other responsibilities that come along with it. As students in this communication class, we all have specific reasons for being here. Maybe we are communication study majors, business majors, or even engineering majors. Whatever it falls under, we are here for one specific purpose, to graduate, and after that, to find a job. With that in mind, we are without a doubt likely to end up in a meeting environment, maybe as a leader and certainly a participant. As participants of a meeting, you will want things to run smoothly. You will want solutions to be found for the reason you're meeting, and you will most certainly not want to be held up in a meeting longer than you have to be.
So in conclusion, today we taught you guys some examples of how to become a better participant in meetings. Some of these examples included asking relevant questions, actively listening and participating, as well as staying on topic. If you follow these guidelines that we presented today, you should become a better participant.